the mother of all movies. Hot Shots was released in 1991, and ever since then has been delivering fits of laughter to generations of movie lovers. A spoof of Top Gun with some great references to the fabulous Baker Boy, Rocky, 9.5 Weeks, Gone with the Wind, Dances with Wolves, and more. Hot Shot was directed by Jim Abrams and stars Charlie Sheen, Cary Elwes, Valeria Golino, and Jon Cryer. Crazier than the movie are some facts about the movie that we are going to explore today. Before we continue, we request you to tap on that subscribe button, as it would be a great honor for us to have you as our subscriber. Welcome to the fold. Let's begin. 1. Make some buns. Most of us walk out of the movie theater as soon as the movie ends, unless there's a post-credit scene. Hot Shots had a fun feature in the credits if you did decide to sit through it. A legitimate recipe for knobby buns. If you're interested in making, we've got you covered. You need 4 cups of sifted flour, a cup of butter, 3 eggs, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1.5 cups of sugar. All you have to do now is cream the butter. Add sugar and eggs and mix it with flour. Now, make heaps of it onto a cookie and bake in an oven set to 375 to 400 degrees. You now have knobby buns. If you prefer something chocolatey, they also have a topping for brownies. Get half a cup of butter, teaspoon of cinnamon, 3 melted squares of dark chocolate, 2 beaten egg yolks, and 2.5 cups of confection. Cream the butter and slowly add egg yolks and sugar. After you beat this mixture, add chocolate and lather it onto your brownies. A treat you can enjoy while watching Hot Shots. Again, bet none of those real action movies helped you with the recipe. This isn't the only gag hidden in the credits. They gave us all a list of things to do after the movie, which has suggestions like starting a story hour at the local library, visiting a dairy to observe how milk is handled, organizing a physical fitness program, helping someone read, and teaching someone how to use a computer. The credit to the supervising ADR edit is given to Once Perhaps, a line repeated twice in the movie. Right before the credits end, they tell the viewers that if they had left when the credits began, they'd be home by now. 2. Almost died out. 1991 was a year of disappointments for many big Hollywood projects, and producers were hesitant about movies they didn't know would be a smash hit at the box office. Hot Shots came in with a lot of drawbacks. Director Abrams' recent movie, Welcome Home Roxy Carmichael, had fizzled out without a trace. The star of the movie, Charlie Sheen, had also had a long string of commercial flops like Men at Work, Rookie, and Navy SEAL. There was some political stress too, as Hot Shots was about bombing Saddam Hussein, and just as they began production, the first Gulf War had begun. 20th Century Fox was concerned about making a comedy film about a real issue that had millions of lives at stake, decided to allow the film to be shot completely, as yanking the plug would give them a huge financial hit. Their plan was to shelve it if things got intense. Thankfully for the studio and fans of Hot Shots, the Gulf War ended in February 1991. Towards the end of July, Hot Shots achieved its theatrical release. 3. Topper is just Harley's nickname. If you believed that Topper was Topper Harley's first name, you wouldn't be alone. His real name, which only a few eagle-eyed viewers caught, is Sean. It can be seen on his ID badge when he meets Ramada in her office. His name that is used a lot in the movie Topper Harley is an inversion of the 1960s motor scooter by Harley Davidson, the Harley Topper.
Well, that attitude is short on collateral. This lowlife is God as far as you're concerned.
4. Turning a frown upside down. Charlie Sheen was among the many talented actors who auditioned to play the role of Maverick in Top Gun. He lost out on that role, but landed the hilariously exaggerated form of Maverick, Topper Harley. It's not a great leap to assume that his experience auditioning for Maverick contributed in one way or another to playing Topper Harley. There are very few actors who can manage to make a movie like Hot Shots. The movie cemented Charlie Sheen as a trustworthy actor in the comedy genre, went on to become the highest-grossing movie with $180 million worldwide. It moved to the second place in 2006, after the release of another parody, Scary Movie 4. It was not just the box office that was happy with the movie, as even the critics were full of praise for it. It was also chosen for the 1991 Royal Film Performance in the UK, which was attended by Queen Elizabeth II. Charlie Sheen was not the only one whose career was boosted by Hot Shots. Director Jim Abrams had achieved fame through the comedic filmmaking trio Zucker, Abraham Zucker, or ZAD, where he worked with siblings Joseph and Jamie Abrams. Though the Zaz trio were certified funny filmmakers, Abrams did not have a successful solo career out of them. But with Hot Shots, directing chops were shown off successfully, establishing him as a good director even outside of Zaz. 5. Really strong stomach muscles. A really funny scene in the film is the intimate moment between Topper and Ramada, where he places an olive in her belly button. and pops it into her mouth. The actress who played Ramada, Valeria Golino, claimed that the scene was shot without any trick photography. She must have really strong abs to have achieved it. No wonder her name is Little Sizzling Stomach by the end of the movie.
Admiral?
Note. Gentlemen.
6. Some smart work on the ocean. The majority of the movie takes place on an aircraft carrier, which was designed from an old wooden deck built on the edge of a cliff. Hot Shot was shot on a deserted and decommissioned marine land base with a great view of the ocean, with some really clever camera manipulation. It was made to look like they were on the open ocean.
Allahu Akbar!
7. Leslie Nilson was replaced by Lloyd Bridges. The combination of Leslie Nilson and Jim Abrams is a legendary one. They've made a lot of bangers together, from Airplane, The Naked Gun. It shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone that Abrams first offered the role of Admiral Thomas Tug Benson, the bumbling officer who commands respect. Nilson declined the offer, telling Abrams that he has done enough spoof movies with him, but went to star in The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear, the same year. Perhaps Nilson had decided that one parody movie a year was more than enough. The role was later offered to George C. Scott, who has played a lot of gruff and authoritative figures, and was known for movies like Patton, The Changeling, and Dr. Strangelove. For some unknown reason, he declined the role, which then went to Lloyd Bridges, who had worked with Abrams and Nilson in the 1980 movie Airplane. 8. A reference to Paula Abdul. In an energetic fight scene, Charlie Sheen, or rather Topper Harley, remarks that he learned that move from Paula Abdul. While this might be a funny remark, as Paula was a famous dancer, singer, and choreographer at that time, it's also a tongue-in-cheek joke about the fact that in 1991, Paula Abdul was married to Sheen's brother, Emilio Estevez. They were a power couple in their own right, as Emilio too was a well-known actor, director, and screenwriter. 9. The Saddam Hussein running joke. During the shooting of the movie, and even during some of the early previews, there was a running joke that Saddam Hussein was playing himself in the movie. He was a very hated person during that time, and there were many international figures who wanted him dead. But a joke is a joke, and Hussein was played by a lookalike in the film.
Let's move in a road hog.
10. A language that is just gibberish. If you made the mistake of thinking that the Native American language the characters are speaking in Hot Shots is authentic, you'd be dead wrong. It's mostly gibberish mixed with English words and names. In the helium pipe scene, most of the words used are the names of towns and cities in Minnesota, like Orono, Mendota, and Owatonna. In the beginning of the movie, while Topper talks to the Native American chief, you can hear long and hard to pronounce words that are often in the spelling bee, like Winnebago, rickshaw, and diphthong, mixed in with the names of people in the Jackson family. Keen-eared viewers can make out Tito, Jermaine, and LaToya. The old one tells Topper to pick up AA batteries.
Alpine, out, on the ground,
11. A winning trio. Hot Shots is not the only project Jon Cryer, Charlie Sheen, and Ryan Stiles worked together on. As you might remember, Ryan Stiles played Farnham, while Cryer played Jim Pfaffenbach, aka Washout. They returned to work for Chuck Lorre's sitcom 2.5 Men, where Sheen plays Charlie Harper, an alcoholic and hedonistic writer who lives with his uptight brother Alan, played by Jon Cryer, and Alan's son Jake. While the show centered around Sheen and Cryer's characters, Ryan Stiles plays the recurring character Herb Melnick, a pediatrician and second ex-husband of Judith, Alan's ex-wife. All three actors have made names as comedic geniuses, with Sheen starring in spoofs like Scary Movie, Cryer being a part of rom-coms, and Stiles being a regular in the improv show Whose Line Is It Anyway? So it's no wonder the show gained critical acclaim and earned a lot of awards. 12. The Scuba Diving Detective. Admiral Benson mentions a guy he used to scuba with. This dialogue is a reference to Lloyd Bridges playing the role of Mike Nelson in the action TV series Sea Hunt. Mike was a freelance scuba diver who left the Navy 4 years before the start of the show and lends out his expertise on various topics to the dangerous projects that land on his hands.
I'll be just fine.
13. The enemy planes. The planes the enemies are flying in the film are Northrop T-38 Talons, the two-seat twin-jet supersonic jet manufactured by Northrop Corporation, currently used in NASA and the National Air Forces of the United States of America, Germany, and Turkey. It serves the U.S. Air Force as the primary fixed-wing trainer for undergrad pilot training.
Avionics and weapons package. Designed for speed and combat acrobatics.
14. In Memorial. Just before the credits start to roll, images of Pete Dead Meat Thompson, Dominic Mailman Farnham, along with a lookalike of Elvis Presley, as a sort of in memoriam. This shows all 3 people mentioned in the movie were dead by the end of it. While Thompson and Farnham's death played an important role in the storyline, Elvis's death was mentioned as a one-liner. Topper says he thought he saw Elvis when he was distracted.
Bring him down, boys. I want your bellies to scrape the sagebrush.
15. A cut scene. A hilarious scene in the movie is when Ramada is reunited with Kent Gregory. We were robbed of another funny moment here, which was cut. Ramada asks Kent, who was playing snooker, whether he had a cue ball in his pocket or he was just happy to see her. Kent promptly shows her the cue ball in his pocket.
Just checking the traffic.
16. Delicious name. The code names of the enemies are all names of food from the Middle East. Some of them are baklava, layered pastry, hummus, a chickpea dip, baba ganoush, a Levantine dish, couscous, a grainy pasta, and pita, a type of bread. The words they were speaking were also dishes, with some cliche phrases sprinkled in between.
Topper, what are you doing? Get back in formation.
17. An ode to baseball. As we've already mentioned before, the North American language used was not authentic. One of the words Topper uses while talking to the Native American leader about his relationship is the word Hershiser, which is used in the same sentence translated as Ramada, throwing him a curveball. Hershiser here refers to Oral Hershiser, a basketball player and the star pitcher of the Los Angeles Dodgers. He was infamous for his curveballs, which were unhittable. 3 years before the release of the film, he helped take the Dodgers to the World Series title. 18. A prophetic dialogue. After Topper Harley returns to the base after saving the day, a reporter asks him what he's going to do with all his new fame. Topper proudly says that he is going to Disneyland. This dialogue became prophetic, as Harley did go to Disney, and 30 years later, Disney brought out 20th Century Fox. Hot Shots became a part of Disney's library.
We'll go on to make up the greatest fighting unit ever assembled.
19. Some more info for plain nerds. The aircraft primarily used in this movie is the Fallen Gnat. This British-made 2-seat trainer was never used in the American Air Force, as they were considered incapable of operating from aircraft carriers. Ironically, they were used by the Indian Air Force, who nicknamed the jets Saber Slayers, as they achieved a wonderful combat record against the technically superior Canadair Sabres, used by the Pakistani Force in the Indo-Pakistani War of 1965.
Don't look.
20. Topper Harley has PTSD. Topper Harley shows obvious symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. He has constant nightmares about the mailman incident, panic every time Block mentions his father, and his heartbeat rises when Ramada speaks about his father, all signs that he might be suffering from PTSD.
Topper, look out!
Marvelous verdict. These were all the fun facts about Hot Shots. Did we leave out any info that you know about the hilarious movie? Let us know in the comments below. If you liked the video, please let us know by tapping on that thumbs up. We'll soon be back with more exciting info about your favorite movies. Until then, goodbye.